Hi, today I'm going to be demonstrating Herron's protocol. We're going to start with an indicator test. Okay, resist me. Okay, we're going to see if there's an ulna subluxation by flexing the wrist and resist, and there is a subluxation. So we're going to have the patient contact the medial epicondyle here. Okay, and that makes it strong. So we're going to adjust the posterior medial ulna. I'm going to get on the olecranon here and go anterior and lateral. Okay, and then we're going to post check. Strong. Okay, so that fixed it. Now, if it hadn't fixed it, or we had contacted the lateral epicondyle and that had made it strong, then we would adjust the posterior lateral ulna. So I get on the olecranon process here, and my vector would be anterior and medial. And then we post-check that. Strong. Now we can move on to the radius. We're going to have the patient extend their arm and resist me. Okay, they have a radius subluxation. So now we want to move on to the brachioradialis. I'm going to pull the patient's arm towards me, have them resist. Strong. Okay, so if the brachioradialis is strong, then we're going to adjust the posterior lateral radius. Okay, I'm going to get on the radial head, and my vector is going to be anterior and medial with a roll. Okay, perfect. We're going to post check for the radius, and it's fixed. So if the brachioradialis had went weak, as well as the radius test, we would adjust the anterior medial radius. There I would go just medial to the WAD of 3, and my vector would be posterior and lateral. Okay, and then we would recheck. Resist. Great. Okay. Now I'm going to check the shoulder. We're going to put their arm at 45 degrees and resist me. Okay, and that is weak. I'm going to use the supine ulterior number 2. Okay, and can you move just down a hair so you're on the table? I'm going to go underneath your shoulder here and adjust anterior to posterior. Okay, great. And we're going to retest. Now we're going to test it past 45 degrees. I'm going to test down here, and you can test it any vector, any location along this plane. So past 45 degrees, we'll test here, and that's weak. So I'm going to fix that with a seated diversified adjustment. I'll have you go ahead and sit up and face the wall this direction, please. We want to try to keep the shoulder in the same position as where it had went weak. So I'll bring your arm up here. Okay, and I'll grab the patient's elbow and support it with my other hand. And we can feel the restriction right there. So adjust. Thank you. Could you lay face up for me, please? And we'll post check that. At past 45 degrees. Okay, down further, right there. Okay, pretty strong. Okay, great. We'll move on to the coracobrachialis for the AC joint. Right like this. And I'm going to push down towards the floor and lateral. Okay, and that goes weak. So we're going to have the patient sit up and face the wall. I'm going to put the patient's arm over my shoulder. I'm going to use my chiropractic index finger and just kind of spring superior to inferior. I do feel springiness, so I'll adjust in that vector. Okay, great. Now if you could lay back down for the purpose of post-checking. I'm going to post-check the coracobrachialis here. And 45. Push. Strong. Okay, great. Now we can move on to the SC joint. I'm going to check pec major, support the opposite shoulder, and push lateral. That goes weak, so we need to adjust. We are going to adjust, side posture. Could you turn on your side facing this way, please? I'm going to support the patient's head and contact the clavicle here. Okay, and turn the patient's head slightly up and thrust. Thank you. Now if you could lay face up so we can post-check that. Pec major. Okay, support the opposite shoulder, push lateral, and that fixed it. So we have one more. If you could lay face down, prone for me, please, that'd be great. Okay, we're going to test the teres major for the posterior humerus. So to test teres major, we're going to push down on their elbow and support their mid-back. Okay, and that goes weak. So we're going to have to adjust that. I'm going to internally rotate the arm and use a broad web contact. Okay, could you move down just a bit? Okay. Awesome, right there. Okay, and my vector is going to be P to A. Okay. And we're going to post-test strong. Thanks for watching. That's Herron's.